dishes, all that stuff. It was always from South Park, you know, and so that was always just the weird thing you heard.
Oh, I think I got another bot, guys. Baby, why can you do for me to make me happy? This is an Indian man pretending to be Sarah Jean Williams of Los Angeles, California. He just messages me from just some random profile. You know, I accept any invites, which, I mean, I guess maybe I shouldn't, but I don't know why. I don't know if there's any other way. He says hello, or she says hello. I say, hi, how can I help you? She says, baby, why can you do for me to make me happy? I can't even say it without doing it in an Indian accent, because you know that's an Indian person. Baby, why can you do for me to make me happy? Oh boy, I swear, man, I've been getting two robotic, two spam people a day almost messaging me. Why can you do for me to make me happy?
Be careful what you wish for.
What can you do for me to make me happy? Please, baby, how do you please make me happy, please, my baby. It's like the reverse of Romeo calling when they try to catfish you.
My name is Phil Blake.
It's good for you. It's funny.
We wanted to do the Skeptics Conference in 12 years. You know what? The quickest, easiest way to do that. I mean,
murderously malevolent. Yeah, I could agree with that definition. Let's see here, we got just kind of our storm clouds in the sky. You know, we got Carnage at his full power, and then I could do Null over Absolute Carnage and the title of or the names of the creators, but I thought it would actually look better with the title there. When it comes to the end, I might add Null up in there in the background, kind of like he's looking down over the whole affair. And then here's Venom getting sliced in twain, and he's still standing, but that's just because he's just immediately been sliced in twain. And then we're going to have a big mosaic on the back, kind of extending around, because what I think would be cool is if you have multiple comics side by side, so you could see them all at the same time, so it would actually look like a real mosaic. This is going to be close enough. Let's see what other background. Baby, why can you do for me to make me happy? And you've been blocked. Man, the one I got earlier today, he promised me like 50 wishes, and then he said that it requires no human blood to activate these wishes. So I thought that one was pretty intriguing. But
we'd love to say that, you know, what we did is we stood our ground and we said no. You know, but
Eddie Brock is having a bad day.
Is,
absolutely.
Our jokes on TV and people start throwing money at it. You know, and we just
this is
we're like, well, how about this? And
money making is,
you know, and for the most part, you know, I mean, the biggest
man, that guy was talking about Molto markers. Never heard of him. I'm glad he actually had some input instead of just
for the most part, you know,
talking trash. So I thought he was going to do it first. But give me some good info. We'll try those pens right there. Better.
And it was just like, dude, you know.
It's just like a dude.
I mean, personally, if we could, and we haven't, but I would like to see Grimmy pay for getting that. I know it's good press. It's just the best. You know,
Cliff says, sick.
The big, it was really helpful for us, but the big kind of lie, the biggest lie about the beginnings of South Park was that even happened. no one was mad. I mean, you know, the beginning was like, for like the South Park and the cover of news was the kids shouldn't be watching this, and they go find that one guy. I don't remember his name. I don't want to say it. I don't want to satisfaction. I can't remember, but it's some one guy they always call to get these quotes for. But the truth was, there was no.
They're good ones, but he said Molotov. Right.
You know, so like the president kept saying it. We're like, yeah,
a couple around. It's in the picture. Oh, really?
Out, but it never really happened.
Are they really watery, or are they? Do you have any of these? Because they even have different consistencies, but I mean, potentially it could be good. But if it's too watery or too acrylic, it won't work on some glossy books. But I could work it on the matte books, so I could use them either way. But definitely down to try them. But Clayton says he's tried all the pens, and I believe it because Clayton he'll buy like one of everything and try them out. He'll try like every kind of art to find out which one is most effective. So I let him do all that research for me, basically. So, but maybe he has never heard of Maltow pens, so you never know. But I'm down to try anything I haven't tried yet in terms of supplies. Damn, dude, this pen is just dripping. That is not cool. Luckily, it didn't drip on the book, but got close.
We don't get too caught up on the little things anymore. We feel like the big war.
Hi, I was wondering if there were any characters or episodes you kind of regret doing for creative reasons.
I regret all of season 2 and half of season 3. Just because, I mean, it's hard. It's really hard. I mean, we've stuck with the show, and a lot of TV shows, you know, people sort of set them up, and everyone told us, you know, what, you're set up now. Now you go away, and you have other writers come in and do it, and you collect your money. And we just wanted to stay and do the show, and it's nice that we were able to see it evolve. But the other side of that is now we get to look back and see what we thought was funny 10 years ago. And for most, I think for most people in this room, that would be painful, you know, to see. I thought that was funny 10 years ago, you know. So it's always hard to look back. But I've never regretted anything we've said politically or done politically, just because. Oh yeah.
I wonder if there's a way to get into.
I know it's how we kind of after the episode aired, and we were like, I don't know. We had this episode where the big joke at the end was AIDS is finally funny, and it was this whole joke about the
larger
comedy is tragedy plus time, which is just right. I mean, everyone knows that concept of like it's not funny, and then like 5 years later you're all laughing about it. But we didn't really mean AIDS is funny.
Hail Satan! I mean Dark Carnage. Yeah, he does look just like Satan. He really does.
You know, I mean, it seems like you're splitting hairs, but
Basically the same guy. He looks like Noel mixed with Carnage, which looks like Satan.
Sometimes like, oh, I think we could have said that a little better. You know, like it's more precisely what you wanted to say. But at the end of the day, like, yeah, you know, we regret it. So that's all. You know. Thank you. Thank you. You got an award too.
Well, on behalf of the Randy Educational Foundation, Mr. Randy, and it's a pretty big thrill for me, I want to thank the guys from South Park, Trey and Matt. Thank you so much.
Everybody, welcome to the DVD commentary. I'm Trey Parker. And I'm Matt Stone. This is our version of commentary, which we're calling a commentary mini. Yeah, because instead of doing, we're always sick of hearing, you know, people trying to fill up an hour and a half or even a half an hour of things trying to say some of their own stuff. It's really hard to do anyway. So we just decided we'd do a few minutes on each episode rather than try to waste your time. Which is all we really have to say about each episode. Yeah, and then we would have just filled it up with a bunch of crap. So, but we're happy to be doing this one because I think the third season is really where South Park started to turn the corner, in our opinion, and become at least good to us. Because second season we didn't really like so much.
Yeah, looking back, a lot of South Park fans feel the same way. There's a lot of funny stuff in the second season. I mean, it's better than a lot of stuff.
But we were still trying. We were just trying to figure out still what it was and how to do it. And
I think they're perfect, but I prefer Blick pens, like I told Martinez or whatever his name was. I bought some really shitty expensive pens and tubes and some really nice ones, and then I bought some really expensive tubes.
It was tough trying to. We were trying to do the movie and
others straight just out 24/7. Yeah, I bet. No Satan Carnage God. Yeah. He was basically full God mode at the point he was trying to release. No. Yeah, that's basically where I stopped reading. I'm going to wait until they get a few more books printed, and then I'll read the rest of them. But I liked the Absolute Carnage story. It's very cool.
There were snakes everywhere. I'm not a big snake fan.
I'm sure King and Black will be good too. I'm only a couple issues behind on Venom, so I'm pretty much caught up.
So I came back all pissed off and wanting to make this show. So basically,
pissed off at Flea, really.
Yeah, I was pissed off at Flea for lying to me.
But we got a good show out of it. So
yeah, and then I decided. So basically, Cartman, everything he says in this about Costa Rica is just me saying that. I really love doing Cartman in the show because I was just getting out my anger.
And getting gay with kids is based on up with people.
Yeah.
Of course, they wouldn't let us clear for the show, but I think getting gay with kids is
I think every kid had to at one point in school do that thing at music class or whatever where you sang.
Getting gay with kids is here.
Already there, these like adult voices, and you're supposed to sing with it. But this show too was cool because Jennifer Aniston came in and did a voice. Apparently,
Yeah, I heard King and Black one was good. It looks good from the spoilers that I've been exposed to.
To do the voice, we had the script for it. She got in the booth and in front of the mic with headphones on, and she was like visibly shaking. She was really
maybe she was nervous around to be such big stars.
Yeah, I think so. And she was just. Yeah, I think it was just obvious she just hadn't done that kind of acting before. I mean, she just hadn't. But once she stopped shaking, she did a great job. I mean, it was really funny.
My favorite part about the show is the end where we come up with those things that say, this many people will die in the rainforest. Kill this many people this year. Like basically, the rainforest is cancer, like colon cancer. It's like a show about cancer.
Yeah. Just because like a lot of people, we all grew up with like Earth Day and hearing all this stuff about we gotta save the rainforest, we gotta save it for, and I had never been, and then I finally went to Costa Rica, and I'm like, wait a minute, this place sucks. We gotta have to save this. Fuck this place.
So it's kind of that thing of most people who want to save this part of the world or do this have never been there, and if they did go there, they'd hate it.
And all the activists we saw here, they all talk about saving the rainforest, and then they drive around and
So this is our big. It's not. This episode is about fuck the rainforest. It's fuck the people who love the rainforest. We talk about that one.
Yeah, because I guess we need the rainforest, I guess.
For something, I guess.
But so now we'll move along to the next show, because that's about all we have to say about that show, and so we'll happily move along to the second episode.
This is definitely the most viewers I've had. I wonder if it's the baby magic, or if it's the fact that I'm doing this special cover. Then again, this is kind of like the first blank I've ever done in this fashion. The only other blank I've done was that headshot.
A mile away, we had another entire huge building that we were doing the movie on. So we just
What's up, buddy? How are you doing today?
Yeah, they couldn't understand why we would want to work on the show. We had a big old Paramount. Yeah. But I think this show has the Cartman crucifixion in it, which was probably, I think it was one of the original things that one of the original ideas we had for the show when we pitched it before we put it on the air to Comedy Central. And it was just based on, I think, Trey, you went to the station with the cross one time or something?
One time. I used to have to go as a kid, like,
I didn't go.
like, a lot of kids have had to do stations with the cross. I still think it's funny to watch little kids do stations with the cross. And always have one little kid be Jesus and go up there and we just thought, just let the kids carry through it and actually crucify Cartman so he can resurrect himself.
And me growing up an agnostic too, I had never even heard of that until Trey brought up one was having a meeting, and I just thought that was the funniest thing. And Aaron Garfino, our executive producer, is a Catholic, and so she's a practicing Catholic. She knows everything about it.
Yeah, anytime we need kind of answers in the show or to rip on Catholicism, she's the specific person.
It's almost like we rip on Catholicism more than anything else. Like the hands around, and we can find out about it.
Yeah.
If we had a Jew for an executive producer, rip on Judaism more. So, and luckily he's a good sport about it. Yeah. Even though we rip Catholic, he's pretty good.
But this really came from, obviously spontaneous combustion is something a lot of people have heard about. And it does make sense. I mean, our theory in this was that it's people that don't fart enough, that basically, because farts are flammable, kids go ahead and try it at home.
I want to change his...
Take a lighter and fart, and you'll see that it will light. And so
Dude, you guys, I lit a fart on fire the other day. It was crazy.
A lot of women that don't
Just did it for funsies, and it worked.
and they should, as much as they should.
It worked,
They don't
guys.
realize that, that can build up and it can become that. I honestly think that could be what spontaneous combustion is.
Yeah, there's no other explanation
Because
for it, really.
I've seen some dudes light their farts and the fireball was big. And that was just one fart. I'm serious. I think it's totally possible. So,
There's also a funny story about this. Like we tried working. Did we work in this with colored parts? Because Trey's dad. We should just make this all about Trey's dad. How funny Trey's dad is. Trey's dad had this idea that he wanted a patent when he was in college, which was a food additive that you would add to your food. That then, when you farted, they would be visible, or
they'd be colored.
They'd be colored when you farted. There'd be this colored gas.
So you could watch them go. So it'd be like blowing bubbles. You could sort of watch them go and chase them around and stuff like that. And he actually wanted to do he was a scientist. He wanted to do his senior thesis on it.
Oh, that's a pretty fucking good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think
If you could do that, you would sell a lot.
the best would be giving them to your friend, like unknowingly.
Why don't they do that for an episode?
Have them on a date, or give them your girlfriend.
But, yeah, so that's basically this episode, and now, we're actually not doing commentary for each show. We're doing commentary mini, which is the new way of doing commentary, because we can't stand sitting and listening to people ramble for 30 minutes that don't really have 30 minutes worth of things to say. We have about 4 minutes worth of things to say per show, so that's about that. We're done.
Yeah, so we have actually 2 minutes worth of shit to say per show, but we extended it before. So next episode.
Maybe he shouldn't be cut in half yet. We'll leave him alive for now.
So this is the episode that we like to call the succubus.
Because that's the title.
And there's actually, succubus is a real thing. It's like a mythology. I don't know how far back it goes, but it's like a female demon that steals the soul of men. So
We've met many in our ride. We've come across in LA.
And this is also the episode where Matt and I for the first time, did the voices of Chef's parents, which some people consider the most racist thing we've ever done on South Park. But we don't. We consider it funny. I mean, it shouldn't really. Some people are really like, well, that you can't do that. Once we did, the voices of Chef's parents, it's like, why is that so much worse than the voices of parents? I think it's them who has the problem.
So that was another thing where we had that was a kind of a skit that we come up with before South Park was ever on the air. It was kind of the inspiration for Chef's character actually, was that he was this Loch Ness monster chasing, UFO chasing guy. But somehow it was really funny in a black guy's voice.
We used to always do the voices of his parents, which were his parents at the time. We used to always do those voices in college.
Yeah.
And we did the whole Loch Ness monster thing.
And for some reason it had to be a black guy, but it had to be about the Loch Ness monster, so that's why Chef kind of is from Scottish. He's from Scotland.
The thing about the Loch Ness monster and the Girl Scout cookies, I remember we did that in college.
Yeah, way before, yeah. We were going to shoot a whole short film that was all about that.
It's cool to see work and not just on the finished ones. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's going to look good. Most people request the revisions because that's how I started. That's what I'm known for, I guess, but they also are cheaper. So. Let's do hand Gary,
we came up with when we were shooting basketball for all the dumb jokes. There's a dirt joke. Basically, like if a joke sort of like in the Animal or any of those like Rob Schneider movies when someone like bumps into a wall or whatever. It's like, you just see the joke coming from 6 miles away. Yeah, there was a lot of Durban bass while we were
I should do this.
But
I had a plan for it, and I can still do that.
we decided that the way was to sing Morning After backwards was the way to get rid of the succubus.
It's not to
Right?
be
We were like, oh, okay,
alone,
that actually trying to learn
fucking
and sing
hold
There's Got to Be a
on.
Morning After backwards isn't easy. So we kind of figured out after one of our sound guys, he transcribed that backwards, and we kind of figured out that we think that's the way Bjork writes all her songs. She writes kind of a very standard song, and then she just flips it backwards and sings it. Because there's something hauntingly catchy about the song when we did it backwards. Yeah, everyone's walking around with that song backwards stuck in their head. So yeah, that's about all I have to say about this show. That's all we can think of this show. That's all you want to hear about this Morning After, so that's the theme song from what movie? I know this. Trivia. Sign Adventure. The Sign Adventure. That's right. That's the theme song of the Sign Adventure. So leaving on that note, we'll move on to our next episode. Okay, this is the 4th episode, and Matt had to go to the bathroom, so this is just Trey doing commentary. I'll be doing both myself and Matt doing commentary on this episode. So this is actually one of my favorite episodes. Isn't it one of yours, Matt? Yeah, this is my favorite episode too. This is weird. Oh, that's back down. All right, here I am. Did I miss anything? This actually is one of my favorite all-time episodes, just because this is one of the most bizarre things we ever did. Which we always had the habit of putting real photos into things, like that. The photo of Mr. Adler's ex-girlfriend. But this time we actually took it another step and let him have flashbacks that were all shot on video. And the woman in the photo is Pam Brady, whose name you probably see pop a lot on South Park movie and South Park shows, because she was one of the very first people that we developed the show with, and she was a writer on the show and writer on the movie, and a very, very dear and great friend of ours. The spirit of South Park on the people. Yeah. And so it was great. We just spent a day, I remember, shooting her on swings and pretending to fly, and I love how she's flying in this, and suddenly her plane's supposed to lose control, but blood spurts all over her face, and then the plane goes down. It doesn't make any sense at all. It's like she got shot down or something. Some of you girls will go on to have interesting jobs and careers, but all of you really aren't. And this is based on an old teacher I had in school named talk just like that. He'd make you do bookwork. If you screwed around, you had to do bookwork. That's all I remember. And this is exactly what, when we were in class, we were growing up in Colorado, you ran you're like 10 years old and you're running big, circular saws and bandsaws and stuff. It's gonna hurt all the time. I don't know if they let kids do that anymore. That's because a lot of kids, where we're from, a lot of kids are gonna go on to work in garages. This is a vocational thing. Like more kids are gonna do that. I remember nothing. We didn't put this up, so I remember this the other day. I was talking to my friend. This was like a couple months ago. You have to learn how to use the tin snips, and he would say, pick up a piece of tin, he would say, you take your tin snip, you line it up on the tin, and you snip.
And you snap.
So we don't walk around and make the photo. It was pretty sweet, because I haven't even told you this, but we were just in South Dakota. We were in Rapid City, South Dakota, and we were at the airport. And this guy recognized me. He's like, aren't you the South Park guy? I was like, yeah. And I was with
I keep thinking my daughter's turning the stove, burning food, but it's your pans, yeah.
For a minute, forgetting. And the dude starts going, Richard, doing her lines. And it was just amazing. We were like, this guy ever, wow. And Pam was totally flattered to be recognized. It was great. She did a great job. And yeah, I don't know. Like this, it's just so weird. like, what the hell is this right here? We're going to stop the commentary here, but first I have to watch this live action scene with Pam. So weird. Why is it live action? She's a fighter pilot, or what is she? Well, that's another commentary for you on the next one.
episodes where we were actually finalizing. We were doing all the post on the South Park movie and trying to do these shows at the same time. It was hell. That was hell. Because I remember actually this exact episode aired. I remember being at the sound mix for the South Park movie, and people were, they were talking about the show that was just been on the air.
This episode was mostly inspired by Jar Jar.
It was all inspired by Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Because it had come out like a month before this.
Yeah.
The new Star Wars.
Yeah.
And we, like everyone else in the world, hated the new Star Wars so much, and we were so excited.
It felt betrayed, really.
Yeah. And the fact that the Jar Jar thing just made us so angry that we decided to dedicate a whole show to how stupid it was. And really, I think the Jackoposaur, which is basically the Jar Jar in this episode, I think is way less annoying than the original Jar Jar.
Right. And the whole idea behind this episode was to make maybe Jackoposaur the most annoying character ever for like TV. And for that reason, some people don't like this episode very much because it just annoys them too much. But that was kind of the
So
point.
I really love the way you do saliva, and I have never mentioned this, but with so many symbiotes, saliva at the end in a few days, or oh yeah, we'll get saliva. I don't think we'll put any saliva on Dark Carnage because you know Carnage doesn't even have a tongue. The only person I've ever seen draw Carnage with a tongue is John Boy Myers. So, remember back when Clayton was drawing Carnage,
We also did this episode. We did a Jar Jar inspired thing.
Told him that Cleus Cassidy's hair should be bright red because that's how I remembered it when I googled it. And I think we were talking about putting a tongue on Carnage, but I was like, I've never seen him with a tongue. Doesn't have a tongue. It's for that was back in the day when we had that conversation. But you can draw your characters any way you want. You know, it's not doesn't have to be this way or that way or any which way.
And we ended up doing the Scientology thing for the MTV movie.
That was the next.
The next so we didn't do anything.
No, we didn't have to do anything that year.
But I remember, I think this episode came out in June, and the South Park movie came out.
Definitely wasn't talking about Carnage, just talking about the others. Yeah. His hair is bright red. Yeah, as far as I know. I forget what he was painting him as that day. I think it was something else, like,
We were trying to get the movie, and Paramount was freaking out.
I don't know what else it was. Maybe it was orange. Maybe he was just doing more orange, and I was like, no, it should be bright red. He's like, really? It's not orange? And I was like, no, I'm pretty sure it's bright red. And then we Googled it, and he found one, I think, where the hair was orange, and then he found one where the hair was red. And then, honestly, I can't even remember what he ended up putting in the book. So maybe the early ones are orange and the later ones are red. I think he only drew Carnage out of his costume. Oh, fuck. A couple of times. Actually, I got to it in time. These pens, man. Randomly, they will leak on you.
You're looking at basically, you're looking at just delusionary writing.
We don't remember doing these shows at all.
Yeah, you're still very little. It's like a dream state, you know, because you get really tired, you laugh at everything. This is what this is.
And a lot of South Park fans have said, oh, I love all the shows except the Sexual Harassment Panda. I really don't like that one. But I gotta say, I love the Sexual Harassment Panda song. It's one of my
Sexual Harassment Panda.
And I know that I actually watched this episode like a year and a half ago, saying, okay, this is my people's most hated episode. I want to watch it and see why. And I watched it, and I thought it was funny.
I think you notice also that Sexual Harassment Panda has exactly the same voice as Santa Claus.
But that's on purpose because actually, Sexual Harassment Panda is Santa Claus. Of course. And then you can see there's Sexual Harassment Panda with red underwear.
ASM 361. That's like the first appearance of Carnage, right?
You know, it was just getting to this ridiculous phase where everyone.
Yep, I see it right there too. His hair is just bright red. It's as red as his costume. That's what I was what I told
We're pretty
Clayton.
fun. We're already broke. But
So
also,
you're all
you know,
welcome
political
that I
fight
made
club,
sure that
by
the
just
canon
doing
was
this sex
represented.
fight educating
That was
little
back when
kids
I was
about
like
sexual
17 years old.
you're also just
A young
sexualizing them
buck.
so much. Yeah, you're sexually harassing them. Yeah, you're sexually harassing them by telling them all this stuff. So that was kind of the fact. Raptor Panda was like,
I've basically guided Clayton his whole career, if you think about it.
But we have a few people in our office that
Oh, sexual harassment. And,
we got no money. You know, I think this is funny. I think all our worst episodes are in season 2. Yeah, season 2 is definitely good. Oh, and this. Wait, this isn't Johnny Cochran. No, that was Jeff. That was Jeff. That's in season 2, and that was funny. Yeah.
Dark Carnage sure looks pretty cool.
This is also the thing about Jackie. See,
We're actually gonna move this leg way over.
I can sue for that? Oh, I've been wrong. Then you sue. Well, that's what Cartman represents to us in this episode. And that's about all we have to say about it. I think that's it for Commentary Mini. So please be sure to tune in for the next episode. We're exciting Commentary Mini. And we're back on Commentary Mini. Yeah. And I remember what happened here was that these were the episodes we had worked so hard on the movie, trying to make the movie really good. And then the movie was done, was coming out, and we still had to make 3 episodes of South Park. We were still in the middle of it. And we were just so low on ideas and so brain dead that the idea came up to do a trilogy. And basically we had 3 episodes left, so we said, let's feature a kid in each episode and make them all happen on the same night. Yeah, I think it's a really good idea. Yeah. So if you watch this episode and the 2 following it, all take place on the night of a meteor shower. And that's why in this episode, Cartman's left alone because his mom is going to the meteor shower party. And so this was sort of the you remember when Kiss did their thing where they each did an album and they had their faces on the cover? Yeah. This is sort of like that. Kind of. But the thing that was cool about this was that this was the week that the South Park movie came out. And we were really pissed off that it was the same week that Wild Wild West came out, the same day that Wild Wild West came out. And of course, Wild Wild West just kicked our ass. Like, they made way more money than we did. And that was just embarrassing. And it's also like, Wild Wild West was just the stupidest idea for a movie. Just a big metal spider. So poorly done. And like, Will Smith is black, and that doesn't make any sense with the original Wild Wild West. It was just such a Hollywood, like, huge turd. The fucking abortion. And we just knew it, and before it comes out, we knew it was going to make a bunch of money. There was just this big juggernaut that we just couldn't. But then we also heard that we actually made them a ton of money too, because what happened was the South Park movie was rated R, and so a lot of kids went and they bought tickets to Wild Wild West, and then they snuck into the South Park movie, so it made all these extra numbers for Wild Wild West. Remember that was right after Columbine, and they were actually IDing kids who went into movies for about 3 months there, and we actually suffered because of that. So this is where Cartman's cat is in heat, and was looking for love, and then Shelly's boyfriend comes over and sings. I think some great songs too. Shelly's boyfriend, who ends up being the guy in Timmy's band, Skylar. And so you can really this episode, the next 2, you can sort of like, if you put them into a computer, you could edit them all into like an hour and a half long thing and cut in between them, and it would all make sense. Because if you look, and it's actually pretty cool, at the end of every episode, we have something from the other episodes happening. So in other words, I don't remember what they are, but I remember Kenny on the street. Yeah, we have these cool things where the other things that happen, show up at the end of the episode. So, why don't we just move on to the second one, and then you'll be able to see what we're talking about. Good idea. We'll see you in the next episode of Commentary Mini. Come on, Dan, you're gonna have a great time. So this is episode 2 of the trilogy, which we call The Meteor Shower. And while Cartman is being babysitted by Shelly in the previous episode, a lot of people in town, including his mother, are driving to the meteor shower party at Mr. Mackey's house. And that's where now this episode, which is sort of Stan's featured episode, Stan's got to go to the party and hang out with the sort of nerdy kids at the party. And the basement, because all the parents are upstairs getting
seen him before, and I think you've heard a line or two from him before. This is really where we needed to make him into a character. And it's funny because his voice is a little bit, just like all the characters, his voice is a little different starting here as Matt's just sort of figuring it out.
Now remember, we came out with this because Mr. Butters is what we call our animation director, Eric Stout. And on the movie, when we were working on the movie, just watching the movie office for 8 hours, we started making fun of him because he's right here. That's what he sounds like when he talks. He just is a little wuss. So we started making fun of his voice, and then out of that, I was like, hey, maybe we should just add Dr. Butters and make a little character out of that. Yeah. So it really came out of making fun of Eric.
And then Butters over the years has evolved into probably definitely one of my top 3 favorite characters. And he became, and actually he then later became Professor Chaos, the bringer of all destruction and doom. And that little kid next to him, Dougie, became his partner in evil, General Disarray.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really, he's in this episode, General Disarray, that little Dougie kid is in this episode, and then not again until like 3 years. Disappeared for 3 years. Because we really thought our classic nerdy character we had was Pip, but then really after this episode we realized Butters is a better character.
And then the other story, and this is where Stan's dad and Kyle's dad have a little homosexual experience.
But they just watch each other jack off. So otherwise, does watching a friend jack off make you gay? Which we've learned, no, it certainly doesn't.
Somebody told us that.
So we've been told it's fine.
And then this episode also it ends with the homage to our brothers in the Branch Davidians who were slaughtered by the horrible
Fallen brothers in Waco.
slaughtered by the U.S. government in the Waco disaster.
Yeah, there was like some HBO documentary right around this time that came out about Waco, and we saw it. We're like, wow, boy, they really fucked that up. And
Yeah.
so we did our own version of what happened. Really, just sort of exactly what happened in Waco.
Including the sheriff. Don't they play sheriff here?
Yeah, they play share to try to drive people out. They actually did that.
Yeah. Well, they do that all the time. They do that with like Noriega, and apparently they're doing that in Iraq now too. Using heavy metal.
I'd have shot myself. There's no question about it.
But I don't think they use sheriff.
And then we do this Cher parody at the end of the show, and that's Pam Brady again doing the voice of Cher. And so, just like in the other one, you see at the end of this, I don't remember what it is again. I think it's something to do with Skylar being chased by cats or something, but it's at the end of this episode that references the episode before this. And then this hurls us, of course, into the 3rd episode of the trilogy, chilling conclusion, which is the grand finale of it all, Jubilee, which we'll go on to. And now the classic finale of the trilogy, a show called Jubilee, which is honestly one of our favorite episodes.
Yeah,
Me too.
On our 100th episode, Hollywood Reporter ran a big thing. We had to name our top 10 episodes, and this was in my top 1 or 2. This episode is just so awesome because it's just so weird.
And it's mostly because, as we said before, now so this was the last episode of this particular run of shows, and so we had been working on the movie tirelessly. The movie came out; it was doing well, but we still had to do 3 more episodes. And this
If anyone wants to give me moderator privileges for the channel to kick people when they're being jerks,
we were also
see
all
streams.
basically already on vacation in our minds. We all knew where we were going. I was going
Wait,
down to
let me
Hawaii.
see how many
And
streams
we
I
were
made
already
to
there in our
the
minds.
next several
We
weeks.
so
We'll
desperately
discuss
had to
that.
get out of these offices. And so
I
we
think
really kind of
I
had this
made
thing in the back of
every
our minds,
stream
like,
since we've
all
met,
right, you
so
know
I
what?
still want
We
to do
did a
that.
really
It's
good job on the
cool.
movie. We've had some good
I
shows.
like to
Fuck it.
run.
Let's just do an episode, whatever it is. Who cares? You know, usually we
No,
really care about
we don't need to do that.
This time we're like, fuck it. Who cares? Just make it dumb and weird. It
Um,
ended up being one of the best.
No, I wouldn't.
And
We don't need to do that. There's no,
Boy Scouts, how dumb can you get? Which really
no
ties
need
together
at this
because
moment
I
for
think
that,
this show
but
actually really helped
in
us
the future,
with the shows to come and make South Park better.
I will
And
consider it.
just
Might need
realize
to do something
you
like
don't
that.
sit around a table and figure out your
As far as
plot.
I know.
Just be stupid and have fun, and it'll come out. Or it could also be that
If you're talking about that marker guy, it's like the first
but I think that the
troll-related comment I've ever gotten, but I don't think that guy was trolling me. I think he's just, you know, some people just have a different way of talking. I wasn't offended by him, so it's not.
background pictures.
Okay.
It all makes perfect sense.
a way that when you're tripping on acid, some things just make sense. When you're really, really tired and you've been working for a year straight, no cake for the impurity, it just makes perfect.
Yeah, it was as if we were all tripping on acid because we just had so little sleep and so little brain power left. It was like being drugged up.
You'll notice in this episode that with the squirts, you have to go with the
Yeah, you know. Yeah, if it becomes a problem, then you can help me midstream, kind of put a snip to it, but hasn't become a problem yet. So. I don't even know if I can give you that kind of privilege. I've never heard of that. I don't know.
But it was really funny because I remember, especially at the end of this, you know, because we sort of do the shows, we sort of write them somewhat.
I think if I was running this stream as a page, and I
figure out how to end this one, and we're just like, fuck it, dude. It's just, and it's so retarded and stupid the way the show.
if I was running this as a page instead of someone with just like a normal style profile, then maybe that could be that. Maybe that's what I should be doing.
And still, we spent so little time. We
There's
get this out of our ass.
There's a secret for y'all. I don't know what I'm doing. But we're all having fun. Secret is, most people don't know what they're doing in life, in general. And you just do it, and sometimes people are cool with it, and sometimes people are not cool with it. You just gotta feel your way through life. Feel your way through life.
So we had all had a big, nice break off from the movie and went our separate ways and got our first break in a long time. And we had to come back and start working on a new show, which was going to be the first episode of the next season was going to be Halloween. And so I remember this episode being one of the most difficult we ever did because I think it was just because we were gone for a while and our heads were in a different place.
Let's do red on his tongue this time, just because we're doing red.
But I love this episode actually because this is where we first really tried a different style of animation. We tried to do a Hanna-Barbera looking Scooby-Doo style of animation and see if we could do it, you know, in our same program and do all the same things we do South Park with, but make it look like Hanna-Barbera. And I think they did a great job with all the corn guys just suddenly look like Hanna-Barbera in our world. Pretty cool.
Yeah, and the corn approach, or through for us, through the corn management company. They kind of approached us because their new album was coming out. They said, "Hey, we'd love to have our, you can premiere our first single on South Park." And we've never really into that kind of like too cheesy promotion thing. But then we started thinking about how great it would be to just do an entire episode of them, and make them like this kind of like.
Well, because to do like when the Harlem Globetrotters would come on Scooby-Doo, that was the whole idea was do that with corn.
And just do them and just recap corn and totally like Scooby-Doo. Super
Yeah, we were talking about that in text message, but yeah. I vaguely remember something about that, but I don't remember. I don't know anything about it. Could.
They did a version where they really made him look kind of feminine and like Velma really fat. And he's like, I'm not fat and I don't wear glasses. He was all pissed off and everything. But the other guys laughed at him enough that they made him stick with it.
Yeah, and I think they did a great job with voices and stuff. So I think they did a great job getting into it.
Oh, is this red pen burn out? Burn my red pen again. Got a little more in there?
We need sort of a Moses Tally Niblet special. Yeah, that's what we gotta do next.
Niblet just is so underutilized in South Park. It's great.
And I just love Spooky Pirate Ghosts. They always
Spooky
Pirate Ghosts. Whether it was Pirate Ghosts or Ghost Pirates was really an argument that we had in the writers' room.
Yeah, but I follow one of the writers. It was like they're not Pirate Ghosts, they're Ghost Pirates. And Matt argued with him because Kyle and Matt always argue in things. And they actually sat there and argued about whether it was a Pirate Ghost or a Ghost Pirate. And then of course that just went into the show.
Because it matters, because if they were pirates that died, then they were ghost pirates. And if they were ghosts first, just people that died can be pain pirates than maybe pirate ghosts. And so just put that argument to show because it is so retarded.
So yeah, so we're super proud of that episode, and that's why we're not going to talk too much more about it.
Yeah, just let you watch it, enjoy it, move on to the next commentary again.
And that begins with the letter T. So this is an episode called Chimpoko Month.
Chimpoko.
Chimpoko means penis in Japanese.
Chimpoko means penis.
Which of course is all Pokemon stuff, which at the time was at its sort of peak of popularity.
So it was scary huge how big it was.
We knew how huge it was, and so we said, oh, well, let's get
Yep,
it.
huge again, boys.
All the writers sort of sat in their room and watched a Pokemon episode, and we all just were amazed at just how nothing happened.
Nothing happened, and it was all about, the plot was all about, you've got to collect the Pokemon. Like the whole point of the show was collect all the Pokemon you could. And then of course kids were not following. It's the most genius thing ever happened. If you want to steal money from kids.
And so what's cool about this episode too is that it stars the voice of my longtime friend Junichi Nishimura, who I met in college when I was studying Japanese and he was studying English. And he works on something now, but he was around, so we had him be the emperor.
Or Hirohito.
Yeah. And then there's a big part of the show where the Emperor Hirohito has a sidekick named Mr. who is the penis is so smooth. And he always talks about this is my penis. And that actually was a real person. That when we went out with Junichi was working in Beijing for a while. And Matt and I, years ago, went out to visit him. And his
In the
boss's
winter,
name
for some reason, we went to Beijing in the winter.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And his boss's name was Mr. And we were out at a bar one night, and he was saying, "Oh, American penis is so big," and we were just like, "Yeah, okay, cool." And he was like, "My penis is big," and he was like, "No, look, my penis big penis is big," and he like actually had Matt touch his penis, and it really was teeny. It was teeny. He wasn't lying.
Not bullshit about the Japanese. Very small penises.
And
But then it also is such a thing that like we use it, the Japanese use it as a weapon in this show. Where every time the Americans
I'm going back in watch mode. If you do end up doing the stones, I will. You could do.
they'll immediately back off.
You
Like, yeah,
could find them down the spine of the sword or whatever. If not, then that's fine. As I said, the stones don't have to be there. Yeah. What I'm planning on doing is putting the stones right here. Putting them one here, one here, one here, one here. So that they're actually like kind of where the gauntlet would be, because his hand has fused with the sword, so it's like his hand would be right about here. So the stones are up here, so like we could, whatever you want, man, we could run them right down the center of the blade to where they'd be like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, kind of in a straight line like that. Or we can just put them right here. This is where, if you can see that up there. These little gray dots here, those 6 gray dots. Kind of just like the classic gauntlet alignment. What the hell is hooked on monkey phonics? That's one of the funniest, like, just throwaway jokes that I've ever heard on that show. It's fucking monkey phonics. What does that even mean? Just hooked on monkey phonics.
And about this girl, we saw one of those
It's so funny.
spelling bee things where there's a little girl that kept spelling words into her hand. And all the kids in spelling bees and like the championships of spelling bees just look like they get beat down by their parents all the time. I think they all get beat.
there was one little girl who used to, she would talk, and we do it in this episode, where she would say the letters into her hand and then say it in the mic on the spelling bee. And she'll actually
What the hell is hooked on monkey phonics?
And what's funny, those kids are all super nerdy. And it's kind of like, you know, that even if you
Your
win the
call,
spelling
got
bee,
it.
you
Just
become
think
champion spelling
confusing.
bee, well,
Sort of
congratulations,
a genius
big
idea.
door.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're just going to go get your ass kicked by all the other kids in school. And winning the
And
spelling
every kid that won it, you know, every kid that wins it's always homeschooled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have those, you know, those big nerds that are going to grow up to be adult nerds. And
Well, we talked about so many ideas. I just figured I would stare at the cover and just sketch a few things and see what looked like the best idea. And I think that this looks like a real cover, and it's going to look the best. And then we're still going to incorporate the mosaic because there's so much more space on the back. The problem with the front is that about 1/4 of the cover, it's actually more like 1/3 of the cover, so that much of the cover is taken up by the logo. So yeah, basically 1/3 of this book. So, and I wanted to have Dark Carnage be the front main part of the front of the piece, and I was gonna have him mutilate 2 people, but then I just made it into Venom, and then I made it so he hasn't mutilated him yet. But on the back, we're gonna show not so much gory. I think I've decided not to do any gory stuff, but we're gonna have like the defeated heroes fighting different versions of Carnage and different symbiotes and stuff. I think all the symbiotes are going to be nullified, kind of fighting everybody except for Venom. So I gotta let this dry, and then I'll be back. I gotta ponder upon it a little more.